everybody.
I'm Adam.
I'm Sam.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Will.
And we are Working Title! Guys, we are back. It is the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 3, Adar.
Adar.
Last on.
We were adrift.
Adrift.
Galadriel was adrift. Meteor Man was trying to talk to our Harfoots. I don't know their names yet off the top of my head.
Poppy and
Nori Brandyfoot.
Nori.
Brandyfoot.
Erendir got captured, probably by the Orcs that are attacking the town.
Oh, and we got some dwarves.
The dwarves
We got Durin.
See really cool dwarves.
had
Awesome. Durin.
a rock off, if you will.
The right of Siegen
The rock
Tadav.
off.
We met the dwarf Queen Diza, who sings to the rock.
Probably my favorite character.
Celebrimbor has a special deal to change the course of the tides of war and peace.
The sword. Theo, his blood touched the sword and the sword is growing.
And Lady Galadriel has been captured by a new group of people.
Well, it's one guy now.
It's one guy now. They all
Those
died.
got some mysteries.
A boat picked them
A
up.
boat picked him up.
Yeah. What was left of the boat. Anyways, if you like this reaction, make sure you leave a like, hit the subscription, notification bell. We're on the road to 50K. You who is not subscribed, talking to you, can help us get to 50K. Please check out our Patreon. You can get stuff 1 week in advance and 2 weeks in advance, and you can become a sponsor. You can join our Discord and
Fight me
fight Sam
in real time.
in real time.
In real time.
IRL.
And make sure you support this show. Amazon owns it, we do not. And then come back and watch your boys after you watch it. We're gonna punch it.
Ah!
Tent.
Oh.
You know what time it is, y'all.
The bad
I was not
guys.
expecting this.
Manslide.
Yes, sir.
Look at their masks.
Very cool.
Oh my god. Man, they have slaves?
Of course they do.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, prosthetics!
Subtitles.
Just a mouthful. An orc child?
Whoa.
Oh, that's his buddy.
When did he get here?
And him too? What the fuck?
What's up, gang?
We got the big three.
At least we got a unit that can work together to get out of here.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
Where are
how
we?
deep is it?
What if this is like Isengard?
No. Now, Isengard's not evil. Remember? Not yet. Not for a long time.
Oh!
One of the Eldar on board my ship. Strange tides indeed.
What vessel is this?
Be at ease. See for yourself. We're nearly there.
Nearly what?
You just said see for yourself, dumbass.
Is that hers?
My knife.
Yeah.
Give it back.
Whoa. That's a pretty serious game.
Who are these?
The Sun Seekers. Praise the sun. Praise the sun.
Whoa.
Damn. Oh, they're craftsmen. Some big ass nose.
It's a very prominent schnoz.
Multiple.
Where are we?
This is the place from the trailer then.
Yeah. Like an opening shot, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Poseidon! Numenor?
Numenor.
Shut it.
Numenoreans, boys.
I forgot that Numenor's gonna be in this. Wow! Oh my gosh! That's beautiful.
Where the fuck do these people go?
Yeah.
Assumingly.
Bad things
Yeah, I
happen.
know.
Assumingly
I can sense
bad
where the
shit.
show's gonna end.
This place will no longer be the Numenoreans. It'll just be a crater.
Well, they've got to have one of the kings, one of 9.
Oysters, clouds, and cockles!
Since when did men like me build kingdoms such as this?
That was my least favorite part of Game of Thrones. That's cool.
Yeah.
No one kneels in Numenor.
You don't know any better either, my friend. Are you gonna actually drop your name?
Galadriel of the Noldor, daughter of the Golden House of Finarfin, commander of the northern armies of High King Gil-galad.
Lovely title.
And I'm Dave. My name
Halbrand.
Halbrand.
Of the Southlands. A man and an elf. Together.
It is because of the elves that you were given this island.
Oh Jesus! Why are we starting with this?
My friend,
Yeah, can we?
it
let
seems
this
to me
talk?
that our leaving presents some complications. Perhaps it'd be better if we stayed
Stay.
long enough, good queen, to give you and your advisors adequate time to weigh our request. A few days, perhaps. 3 days. And the elf is to be restricted to palace grounds.
I will not be made a prisoner.
I would sooner kneecap a stallion than seek to imprison the mighty commander of the northern armies.
I don't know why she thought that she could come in and be all like, I am mighty and get what she wants.
My
Like,
gratitude.
Outnumbered 1 to 1,000,000.
You just pickpocketed him
thank you for the dagger back.
in front of all those people, and nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Strangers in a strange land. There you go.
You're welcome.
And at the very least, do try not to make any new enemies.
Bro doesn't even have scarves. How'd he hide that thing?
Yeah.
Probably got a little like cut on the
Little hole in his
leg or
pants.
something, yeah.
The little pee-pee hole in your pants that you just unzipper. You just shove it
It would
through
be
real
wise
quick.
to resolve this matter swiftly.
Yes,
An avalanche can start with one stone.
Tell me about this captain.
His name is Elendil. Originally of a noble line.
What?
What?
Now sea-
What the fuck?
Is that
Holy shit!
Is that an important thing?
I'm very confused by the timelines
Yeah.
now. Oh, shoot.
Am I missing something important?
I don't know who that is. That's
That's Isildur's father.
that's Isildur's dad. What?
Elendil!
He gets killed by Sauron and then his son picks up the sword. Spoiler.
Is this Isildur?
Maybe. Aragorn's great ancestor.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go. See, I knew that name.
Yeah.
That was my favorite boss fight in Shadow of War.
I release you!
I release you,
Oh
Ray.
shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Nice. Good save, bro.
Wow, this is so cool. Dude, save your homie.
This guy. Big cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The Godwood.
Faithful believes that when the
I've seen her from something else.
Elendil, an uncommon name.
It originates there.
Pray tell, what does it mean?
One who loves the stars. In the ancient tongue of the Eldar, you can also mean elf friend.
Then are you an elf friend?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Could be.
What's it to
I'm a
you?
loyal servant. It was the sea that put her in my path.
And the sea is always
The
right.
sea is always right.
Sea cannot commit treason.
Based. Treason is based. Treason and the sea being right is based.
Given the circumstances,
Queen
I did only
regent, so
what I
she's not
believed
actually
to
a
be most
queen.
prudent.
Right?
If
Yeah.
Elendil,
Nice. Mike, or map transportation, yeah. Fast travel? Yeah, that's double again.
Tree there.
Big Chief.
Sounds right. It's right where he is.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, man.
Run! Sprint out in the open fields. The sword.
Probably. I think I know what they're looking for.
Even reverence.
Don't.
If folks were capable of such a thing.
Don't do it.
It seems Morgoth has a successor.
Palantir.
Adar.
Why would orcs refer to the leader by an elvish word?
Because
Sauron was said to have many names in days of old. Perhaps this is one of them. There's more at work here than we can yet see. Fought from a table.
He's gonna die.
oh,
Deep. Ow.
Oh.
These roots block our path.
Rip them out. And I'll make a mess of your back.
damn. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
The shit on the right.
It has earned its place in these lands.
Okay.
Alright.
I love nature.
Trevor.
I love the trees.
Ooh, man in charge.
Good elf.
Good.
Fuck, what?
Yeah, no.
No! Oh!
Dude, look at like what they're wearing, Sam. It's like alligator skin.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, there's one
Well,
down.
no more big three.
Yeah, one down. You got one
The
more guy.
dynamic duo.
One more guy to make.
It's time
plans
to
with.
win.
These orcs look great, by the way.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they? Then?
Southlands.
I have a daughter who runs fast and a son who runs blind. Your eyes bear a striking resemblance to both.
Power around there are none of your concern. Anywhere is better than here, where I'm hated by all who see me. So
Do you
close
think
your
he hates
cards,
you?
or get
Seems
out
pretty
my
sure to
way.
me.
Lali Sanke Lowiquen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Why don't
lady.
you cool your jets a little bit?
Elf friend.
Did you say ride?
Yeah. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Look at that.
Get away from all the racists
Yeah.
and enjoy your time in Numenor.
Time to find lore. The lore of Lord of the Rings. I found the silly book in here called The Hobbit. Wonder what it's about.
Wow. That's a hell of a view. Turns out Sauron is taking vacation in Numenor. Whoa, look at the eyes on that thing.
Yeah.
It's a little goofy, but it's still beautiful.
So quirky. Yeah, it's goofy.
I've never seen a horse that looks like that. That's wild.
She loves horse. Galadriel is a horse girl, confirmed.
I think that's pretty, but I just can see the internet having its heyday with that shot right there. That is sick.
Cause he's gonna beat your ass. Oh my
God.
Oh!
Oh my god.
He's got berserker rage.
Oh! Yeah.
It's on the camera!
Oh my god!
Yo!
Why did you come out with a knife, you fool? Oh!
Oh god.
Call me Halbrand. Halbrand.
Bro,
What's the rating on this show?
I don't know.
from TVMA.
Bro, clearly he got assaulted. There was 4 people. The drawings.
That's the symbol
Which one?
that Sauron left on her brother.
Oh yeah. I will take a look. Master.
Bro, did you see? They animated the bones moving inside his arm when they broke it.
I looked away.
That was nasty.
This is no sigil.
It's a location.
Looks like
Oh
mountains.
shit.
2 mountains.
Oh shit, fuck.
It is a map of the Southlands. Just
Mordor.
as Halbrand said,
Minas Tirith and Mordor.
Mount
let's
Doom.
thrive.
And the Southlands are in great danger.
If Sauron
Yeah.
has indeed returned, the Southlands
Are but the beginning. Yep. All of Middle Earth.
Yo. This is lit. This music.
What?
What
are you? Orcs. They're doing the dance.
I don't know if that's an orc. Yeah, that's
The Harfoots?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I want to see more of the Meteor Man.
That's right. Nobody goes up trail.
Nobody walks alone.
Nobody goes up trail. Come on.
Nobody walks alone.
Nobody
goes off trail.
And nobody walks alone.
Nobody goes up trail. Nobody goes up trail.
What is even happening on screen?
So it's not. And you're gonna help me, or would you rather I let slip to Melba? It was you put fire in her token.
Damn.
Ew.
Blackmail. It always works.
What was the thing that we watched on the channel? Nonsense?
No, that's just an us thing.
Oh.
Sense nonsense.
Sense? Nonsense.
No, that was Moon Knight.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. But it became an us thing.
Yeah.
Mr. Burrows.
Oh, good idea. You do that. Fetch it from your card.
You fetch it from your cards.
Full carts and fuller bellies.
Nice. Nice.
I like how he thinks.
Right. No, I mean left. Yes. No. I'll tell you right now. I'll go straight now.
I hate this.
Yeah.
I'm afraid he's gonna turn
Get
around.
yourself some chestnut pie.
I'm out of here.
That's like, she did like you're playing Battleship, and she's like, I'm gonna go to the store before I go to work.
Nori literally could have just stayed under there until the guy left.
Yeah. Well, no, he took the book with him.
Fair, never mind.
This is great, though. The chief can talk to him about the stars.
The stolen. Brought a dangerous outsider into our midst.
And she lied. He already said that.
Well, she did.
Lost. Hurt. What was I supposed to do? Leave him there?
You
Yes.
must admit, Sergeant.
Tomorrow we depart as planned.
With.
With the big guy.
The Brandyford cart will be with us.
Nice.
At the back of the caravan.
Shit.
At the back.
Oh no. It's all good. They got the wizard.
Did you mean the middle of the back? The middle of the back. I mean the back.
Many ages ago, a man bearing that mark united the scattered tribes of the Southlands under one banner. The very banner that might unite them again today against the evil that now seeks to claim their lands. For you are him.
Big.
Oh, man.
Big.
Are they Aragorning
Say
this?
to a man in a cage.
No, just a king on a rug.
Come with me to Middle-earth. And together we will redeem both our bloodlines.
Well, there happens to be a boy who's about to skip out and go now, so hop on his boat. Nope.
You're still short an army.
Time to hang out with Isildur.
Change.
I wonder if their group have like a side army that they can just give away. I love how it kind of looks like Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
Tiny bit.
It's like water Minas Tirith.
Yeah. And they have the white tree.
Venice Minas Tirith.
Aqua Tirith.
I was gonna make that joke.
Too late.
That's funny.
So sad.
Haha. I laughed.
Yeah, the king is in a tower. Is this?
Is he dying in the tower? No, he's exiled.
Did you see your father?
Sauron.
The elf has arrived.
Prophecy. Yeah. Oh, it's slow-mo like some shit's gonna happen.
Because they're trying to run. Oh shit.
Whoa! Oh! I know. Wow!
Ooh!
With nice. Got slaughtered.
Oh! Where's
Tug
Matt
of
Rock?
war. The world's first game of tug of war.
Oh yeah.
Throw it at him.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, baby.
Woo!
Oh! Oh.
Oh wow, nice.
No protection now.
Yeah, I like the reptilian clothing they have on.
Oh shit! Let's go,
dude. No.
It looks like a dog, like a hedgehog. Oh, this thing
It's like a puppy walk.
Sonic looks different these days.
Oh!
How?
Holy fuck!
How?
Oh!
Hano, no. That was all for naught.
Yeah.
Damn.
Lurka.
Adar? What? He's here? The big man?
The man, the myth, the legend?
Wait, what?
There's no shot. Adar.
Watch it be like
Dog, wait, hold on.
the lurch. Like the mouth of Sauron or something. It's not actually him. Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh, you motherfucker! You. Oh!
You get blurry image.
Oh!
Else.
Son of a bitch!
That's annoying.
Mad.
The Palante.
Italian.
Y'all, that was episode 3 of Rings of Power. Adar.
Adar. We didn't even get any. What's his name again?
Elrond?
Elrond. I almost called him Elendil. I don't know why. Elrond.
Yeah.
We saw him for a second.
It was like a painting.
It was a painting of him, so technically we saw him.
True.
And his brother.
Who built that library.
Mm-hmm.
The House of War. The House of War.
Or Hall of War. We started with Elendil being captured by the Orcs, and they're found on his whole mountain guard.
Yeah. Wish we got more of that today.
Yeah.
I was very hyped that we had orcs, but it was so limited.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. It was cool to finally see like more than one orc. I thought they looked pretty darn good.
They look real good. You were asking for it last episode.
And I was very happy with how they looked. It
Yeah,
looked like we have a couple characters like orcs to keep an eye on, because I don't think any of the 4 they showed died today.
I don't even think Magrod either.
Was there?
That was the one he stabbed in the neck.
I thought
he was still squirming on the
He was
ground.
still fine. It looked like to me, but
We'll see.
orcs are a little bit more
Expendable.
or capable of surviving weird wounds for some reason.
True.
But yeah, we had him, and then there was like the skinny one with the little dagger who shanked one of our guys. There was the big dude with the club, and then there was the guy in the center with that giant like crown, like fish head on top of him. So that's exciting. I like seeing some guys. I'm pretty confident because they were teasing that one of our characters from the past, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, was going to return to this show, and I think we got him today. Do you guys, are you familiar with Nori the dwarf from The Hobbit?
I mean, I know the name. I can't remember which one he is.
He's the one who like they all got kind of like little traits in the movie, but like didn't expand upon it. He's like the one who like steals and has like the triangle hair like this and on top.
Okay. Yeah.
He also acted as the warg leader in the Two Towers movie, the one that takes Aragorn off the cliff. Or I guess the wolf takes him off the cliff and then he like giggles. He's like an extra / like side character that I think they've just casted multiple times. I'm pretty sure he's the one on the far left that was like, I think he was the one that shanked one of the elves today. Because I know they were referencing that he would be making an appearance. I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Arendir's trapped. Orcs got slaves, cutting a path for them.
They're using like tarps to
block out the
sun and guide them to wherever they're trying. I'm assuming just through the Southlands that they are trying to take over. It looks like.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm seeing like, it was like the orc was melting when the sun hit it. Is that something new?
I don't think it's new. I think it's like every time we've ever really seen orcs in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, it's never really under like direct sunlight, at least not from like any other than maybe Azog in the flashback in The Hobbit, because that seemed to be during like dusk before it got
at the end of the first Hobbit the sun rises and they run away.
That as well. Like I don't know, because in Lord of the Rings it's mostly
there's always a storm following them.
Yeah, I was gonna actually bring that up. Is that like a magic thing that is like Sauron is like manipulating weather to like give them cloud cover?
I think
because they're outside plenty of times in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
and they don't. I think it is that.
Perhaps it's like a drained weakness. Like they cannot be as strong during the daylight, so they try to make attacks during the cover of overcast or darkness. I'm not sure how that works, to be honest.
It's just like they're weaker in the sun, I think.
I know goblins.
I didn't know they could hurt them like that.
I think goblins have the trait of you can't be out in the sun because when they leave Moria, they have daybreak to get away to Lorien before darkness covers. But like in the Two Towers, Orcai are the exception. But you see those like orcs like meet up with them in that little like passageway, and they're out traveling around the day. So I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just like a not so cared about trait for Peter Jackson stuff. They're probably probably not as
more than likely.
Yeah. I feel like it probably would limit too many scenes that they want to do during the day.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like that because, in my opinion, I feel like the orcs would be more overpowered in force, or at least I would like them to be stronger. So I like them having that little like thing that benefits our characters a tiny bit, and I guess it just makes it fun for environmental play in the future to like see how they use that too. Like there was even the orcs at the end with the archers who were shooting. So as long as they have armor on, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Lady Galadriel and
Halbrand
made their way to Numenor with the help of Elendil.
Yes. Reveal. Whoa.
Whoa. I love the contrast between our reactions to you guys. You guys were like, oh my god. Immediately Will were like,
I don't know.
What's that name mean?
I mean, if he said Isildur, I would have been like, oh, I know that.
Yeah, I'd be like,
this is I was like, of course, they name dropped like one of the few fucking people in this series that I have no idea about. You know?
I know. And then it just gets ruined because like a minute later would have been the...
Oh, yeah. And then it's like, oh, Isildur. I'm like, yes.
I know this guy.
I can't help the excitement because I recognize the name, but it just ruins it a bit for the second reveal after. You're right. They should have started with Isildur and then revealed the father.
I feel like that's like the bigger one because Isildur gets brought up way more than
you're right,
than his father.
He defeated Sauron.
You are right.
Yes, and he's the one that defeats Sauron. So what were you saying about like you're confused about the timeline of this now?
I don't think I'm confused. I think I was surprised because I didn't know Isildur and Elendil would be in this.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Just because I know that they as humans are there for the intro for the Fellowship, which I think puts us 1,000 years?
3,000.
Before the Fellowship? Okay, then never mind. I guess it was more just like, I didn't know they would be in this timeline.
Yeah.
They did say this was going to be more of a condensed show.
Yeah,
crossover.
I did see somewhere that they are...
Only 9 episodes, so yeah.
But yeah, but not even that, but that they are, like... A lot of events are happening, like, it's not like it's going to be like, this event happens, then 600 years later this happens. Like, they're just making it all happen within a relatively closer timeline.
And I don't even know if the 9 episodes matter, because this isn't the only season we're getting, because even if it gets bomb reviewed, they've already had a plan to do multiple
different
seasons.
Stories.
There's money already behind the project, set in stone.
I mean, I was told we were going to get a whole, or I read that we were going to get a whole season about younger Aragorn.
That was a long time ago. That's not a thing that's been recent. That was like when we were in school. But
that was well before this show was even like a thing. So that's probably like the Thrones shows of like the 80 shows they had that are basically all scrapped, but 2 now. So
yeah, and if I'm being honest, the whole Numenor like thing was okay to me. I wasn't like blown away by like the dialogue when we got into that like the big chamber talking with Galadriel and Halbrand and the lady and the random dude with the gray beard. I don't know. For some reason I just kind of lost interest in the moment. I don't know why. This episode didn't really hit me as like in the exciting fashion that I felt last episode. I liked Elendil though.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I thought he
very
was cool
interested
addition.
in him.
I think I found a couple myself because the cast is already like so widespread and so separate. So I'm trying to care for the new characters. That meeting like, I guess the only thing that really helped me stay around was the fact that it's Isildur.
Yeah.
But like the sister and the random friends and Arendir's elf buddies, like I'd be lying if I said I was like, oh no, they're dead. Today.
Couldn't even name either of them.
Yeah.
The guy, which honestly, and I wouldn't have known it was the friend unless we watched the previously on today.
Yeah.
the only reason I remembered him is you two aren't gonna know who this is, but Caleb was like, "Oh, that guy looks like Will Neff, who's like a popular Twitch streamer." And so when he turned the corner, I was like, "Oh, it's Will Neff."
They killed Will Neff. Rest in peace, Will Neff. I guess.
Yeah, but
I wanted to ask you. I don't know if it took me out of it, but just seeing how grand Numenor was, like I'm not used to seeing the Lord of the Rings universe look that spectacular and grand.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like in Lord of the Rings, we had like the elves, but and like Rivendell, and it looked nothing compared to what this was. And then in the Hobbit, we had Mirkwood, and even those kingdoms, I don't remember looking like this fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know, or such huge a scale. I don't know.
So what are you saying?
He wasn't very impressed by it.
Well, I was impressed by the designs. I just felt like comparative to the dialogue going on, it fell flat. Like there was a scene where we were looking at like one of the buildings, and I was like, "This is so good," and then there was that giant lady statue reaching out. I was like, "That's so impressive."
That was cool.
If they really built that all for this one scene, they didn't need to do that. Because it was just like a scene of Halbrand in the prison cell, which was probably the only like scene I really liked between him and Galadriel, where she learned who he was today, which I thought was actually pretty cool. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. Something about it just like didn't ring to me. I think today I was a little annoyed with some of the characters. And I actually didn't say this in the first two, but Lady Galadriel hasn't hit for me yet.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys are feeling about her, but she's kind of fallen flat for me. I think she's a little too serious, and it's like serious is fine, but like I kind of want more from Lady Galadriel. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like personally. I don't like elves. Never really been a big elf fan.
Yeah,
Legolas is cool. That's about it. But outside of Lord of the Rings too, like I don't really like elves per se.
Yeah.
And most of the time, elf characters, as seen today by her, are all like, you know, nose stuck up
high and mighty,
snotty,
high
like
and mighty.
What is a mortal speaking to me about? Like, girl, you're asking for my help. Like, don't act like you own this place and you don't you haven't done anything to like deserve that at this point, or at least to these people at that time. So yeah, I mean, I feel you. I'm not like super keen on her character at this point, and I feel like most of the dialogue for the show in general hasn't really been that. The only scene that I really liked the dialogue in was with Elrond and her when they were like having their like goodbye and being like, "Yo, you need to do this," or not their goodbye, when they reunited like in that forest with all the carvings of like the fallen elves.
And I enjoyed the dwarves dialogue. That was good.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
The dinner scene, especially.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. Like, it's cool. I just don't know, like,
and I expect the elevator ride too. You missed my wedding.
But I feel like that was at least good. Like a real thing that most people can like understand.
It was like an emotional connection that I could make. I'm just saying that most of the dialogue in the show, outside of it being like Lord of the Rings, like if this, I'm still hopeful for the show and I'm enjoying it so far. But outside of it being Lord of the Rings, like if we didn't know this was already like based off of J.R.R. Tolkien stuff, I don't know how like hooked we would be on this story. True. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think I was struggling with a lot of. I guess my problem is I don't really know this world that much, and I feel like they're not really super helpful in explaining what they're talking about half the time. Like, they'll just be talking about the stars and the wars, and I'm just like, I don't know which wars we're talking about. I don't even know the monarch. First of all, I know nothing about Numenor other than it's a place that the Lord of the Rings never showed because it wasn't the same era. So it was exciting to see. But then they start going into the histories. I'm like, wait, so why do the elves are hated by the men? Like, what happened? What did I miss? And, like, why is it still to this day? Like, she said she started a war. Halbrand said it was his people that lost it. Like, I know that's probably going to be explored a bit more, so that I'm giving some levity to that and waiting to see how that comes into fruition maybe in the show. But I don't know. I just found myself like, okay, I don't really care about the actors on screen. I don't care about what they're telling me right now. I feel bad saying that, but I also I feel like the first episode did a bad job at explaining things.
Yeah, because it was literally just like, LOL, there's 2 trees. They're all dead now.
There's
Morgoth
darkness.
attacked.
Yeah, there's darkness.
He's dead now.
They just took the
LOL,
entire
2
first
trees.
age and put it in 6 minutes.
But it's not helpful.
Yeah.
Like, there's this guy named Morgoth. Okay, who's that? He's darkness. Darkness has taken over.
Right.
Darkness lost. It's disappeared.
It's back.
Yeah.
But also, no one believes it other than Galadriel. So why is, like, everybody thinking that Galadriel's kind of a loony then? Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of lost on that plot, so I guess that's why I haven't really talked about it in the past 2 post talks.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's funny because it's like, it makes me want to go, like, do my own digging to figure out what the fuck's going on.
I was just going to say that.
But I don't want to do that because I don't want to
So much reading.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I know. Because, like, the first thing, it's going to be like, oh, give me a background for Rings of Power. It's going to be like, well, this is Isildur. He's going to fucking die. You know? It's just like, all right, cool.
He gets shot.
3,000 or like 4,000 years later.
Or even, like, there was scenes spent with characters I really didn't care about, like Nori's parents today. And I'm like, okay, whoa. Before these guys even get a scene, let's spend, like,
More time.
3 hours at least still with each other character before we get to these guys, which I feel like are just dumpster
Right.
characters. We'll die in the next episode because of wargs or something.
Yeah.
So I was just, like, irritated by some of the, like, where we spent our time in this episode.
Yeah.
And Halbrand's funny. I guess he kind of like that caricature of, like, the handsome swashbuckler that's there to save the day. But he's not my favorite so far at doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've seen it done better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was going to say to you, I really don't know what Numenor is, and I'm going to have to do some research.
Well, don't.
Let the show
that'll be
tell you.
spoilers.
If the show can't explain it, then don't. You know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
then watch, and then maybe it'll make the show more interesting for you. But I feel like at minimum, like, we should just let the show at least try and give us that story, because otherwise, A, you're just gonna end up spoiling it for yourself, and B, if the show can't convey it in a like, I'll be pissed. I can't imagine they would do this because Isildur and his family is here. But if they, like, leave Numenor in, like, the next 2 episodes and it's, like, never touched on again, then it's gonna be like, oh, well, that was a big fucking waste of time to have all this hoopla about, like, the men versus the elves and this whole kingdom that was given to them by elves, whatever. So, I don't know.
There's a lot of, like, I know a couple things that, like, big check marks of what happens before we get to where we are in the Third Age, where we, you know, with the battle of the elves and men.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I only know big check marks. But even with where we are in the show, it's like, okay, if we're spending time in Numenor, I feel like some of the things I expect to be happening won't happen until, like, a 3rd season at least.
At some point, Elendil and Isildur are going to go to Middle Earth.
And funny enough, when I don't want to say this, but when the scene where we were on the boat and you were like, wow, that's amazing, all I could think of was, yeah, it looks amazing, but I feel like this is, like, one of those, like, Bollywood, like, kind of corny moments. I don't know, something about me, it was like, it looks cool, but that's about it. Like, it's kind of corny. I don't know.
Oh, I'd have to, I don't remember.
What do you mean?
I think
the
I'm
riding
what
into
scene?
the riding into Numenor.
I think I'm also jaded by getting used to Game of Thrones, where things in this time period I'd be used to seeing darker material, where this is, like, very vibrant, and so it's kind of taking me out of it, because it's very contrasting in my mind, where one is, like, how I now would assume these kind of worlds would be like.
Yeah.
Darker and more grittier, when you have, like, every human looking at the elf with evil, racist eyes, but then that's all it is. Like,
Yeah.
they'll leave her alone, and the world is beautiful.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, only the orcs have any form of evil, but even them, it's like...
It's still pretty bright and, like...
It's still pretty, like...
Well,
you
then-
gave 2 guys water, slit one of them, but they got water. I don't know.
Well, then
Something
we
about
just
it's so
got,
weird.
you were saying, like, there's a lot of elf hate, but then we just got a fight between men.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think I feel a little confused this episode. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure how I'm feeling right now. For some reason, I feel off compared to how I felt the first 2. I didn't find myself, like, talking a whole lot, which I was pretty hyped, especially second episode. I loved the second one.
Second one's
personally.
best episode so far.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the second episode also focused on stories I liked a lot. I liked following Elendil, trying to figure out what's happening. I really liked the Brandyfoot stuff in this episode too, and the Stranger, or wannabe Gandalf.
Yeah.
I'm not hooked on the Harfoots yet.
You said that. You said you don't like the whole nomadic aspect of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's their like thing. They haven't like.
They haven't
They
settled.
don't get to the Shire.
Yeah.
I was telling my brother that too because he said he didn't like it, but I was like, well, technically, I think that's something that's
Just
actually
accurate
pretty
to the
accurate
area.
about
Yeah.
what this would be.
Yeah.
But I'm loving the stranger and meteor man.
You know what's one thing too we didn't bring up, and I thought about it afterwards. The first episode, remember how they were like, "Oh, fire! Like when we're around evil, it's not even producing heat."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Tangible
Remember that?
fire.
Remember that holding the
Tangible
torches?
evil.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
it's so
yeah,
cold.
yeah.
Well, evil sucks away the warmth from this world or whatever. When
That man fell.
when that man fell and she touched the molten rocks or like the hot rocks.
It wasn't hot.
She
Oh,
burned her hand.
shit.
I realized that like a
Okay.
couple days ago. I was like, damn.
Bruh,
He's gonna be a villain.
There's no
Like,
way.
Morgoth's dead.
He's gonna be a villain, bro.
No,
What'd you say?
I think Morgoth
is dead.
is captured and he's in Valinor.
The bad guy?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Because
he's.
Sauron fled because he got captured.
I don't know. I
It's
thought
one
he
of
was
those things
dead.
that
Or he's out of it.
I have no
don't know.
clue. One of those. I have to rewatch episode 1 clearly. That's how I'm feeling. But then okay, is Adar supposed to be Sauron?
They were saying that that's the Elvish word for either leader or something like that, and they were like, well, why would they use an Elvish word?
Yeah.
And they were saying because Sauron was known to, whatever.
There's a lot of names.
He got around.
Sauron has a lot of names.
I'd be curious if this is actually Sauron or just a pretender or like
Definitely not.
a servant.
Definitely
but like,
not.
That's what I was saying. Maybe
what
it's
is
like
Sauron
something
is
like
doing in the trench in like here? I
the
feel
mouth
like
of Sauron or something.
Nah, but this dude I'd pictured just being like walked around by like more superior beings than random dudes in reptilian skins. I don't know why he'd be up so close to the front.
He's on the run. Remember that.
But no, they're making a press forward. It seems like they're making a press forward through the Southlands up towards.
Well, they're
Mordor.
looking for something too. With the elves.
That's what they're
deduced.
thinking. They're looking for.
They're looking for
some type of
something.
weapon or something.
And you guys think it's the sword?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
Theo
that
has?
makes that's the only thing that makes sense because that's where they're going.
And we never saw how he got that. He was just like, I found this.
It was under the
barn?
that they went to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Very weird.
But all those lands were loyal to
Morgoth.
Morgoth, so maybe it's some type of relic of his that holds power.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
We
were
talked
talking-
about Numenor, and I don't know.
Just how like I just
Cool
did,
elf, wow.
Some of the things were hidden from me is what I was saying about Numenor.
Yeah.
And
It's awesome seeing Illidan and his son Isildur.
Elendil, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he seems like he'll be a fun character to have around. I enjoyed him
Yeah.
like kind of like throwing some like hits at Galadriel, who's like kind of up her own ass right now.
Yeah.
And I like the clapback because it gets annoying when these characters brood for too long without like somebody bringing any sense to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's gonna be taking her to his lands, I suppose, or at least areas that will be more in touch with people like her.
Yeah, that was the.
That was the
place.
House of Lore.
Okay, just
Hall of
Lore.
That was his home.
I love
Well,
lore.
and to the whole like the kings in the tower thing, and he's still loyal to the elves, but the Queen Regent looked like she went up to the tower and said like,
The elf is
hey,
here.
the elf arrived. So
And it seems
Say
like
that
some
thing we
prophecy.
feared has happened. The
Yeah.
elf is here.
Yeah.
Some type of prophecy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's prophecy. I think you said prophecy in the moment, right?
I'm just spitballing at that point.
Sounds a bit like prophecy, but
Yeah. Or like, I don't know, what do you call like the negative prophecy? Is there doom? I don't know.
a prophecy.
bad
Prophecy
omen.
is just
A bad-
prophecy is just something that's going to happen.
Okay.
It can be bad or good.
a bad omen. I don't know.
Maybe Sauron is actually here.
What if he's the king?
He's the king
He's the
of
sleepy,
exile.
the
Yeah.
sleepy,
The sleepy
king in the tower.
The slept king.
I mean, right? Because this whole thing is like blending in and like deceiving people.
Yes.
So you could be posing as like a human king or like a secret elf that's like actually the helpful elf that's staying around. When in actuality, he's here to murder, destroy, and conquer.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I hope they do Sauron in like a clever way. I kind of feel like it's a little hard because everybody who goes into the show knowing anything about Sauron has an indication he'll be here.
Yeah.
So like, how will they go about it and make it still fun for the audience? Will they make it too obvious where it's like it's the first guy that fits the bill and that they just stay with that person?
Yeah.
Because like Halbrand showed up and like he was immediately suspect, and whether or not he becomes a ring wraith is undecided. I feel like it could be very likely because he's fitting already some of the bills. He's a king from a far-off land who already served the enemy.
And he's kind of corrupted low-key already, so...
He already, doesn't want to serve his nation because he's scared of past failures. That's the only thing going for him well is he's at least skeptical of his family's lineage to fail.
Yeah.
At least past fails.
Who does that sound like?
I mean, it sounds like Aragorn, but
Yes.
Aragorn... Yeah. Honestly, I can't remember the reason Aragorn left. Other than I don't think he felt up for the task.
He thought he was going to make the same mistake Isildur did.
Yeah. So a common trait.
Yeah.
Vigo did it better, so we'll see how
problems.
we'll see how Halbrand deals with it.
Well, I just want to stay on the topic of Sauron, potential Sauron, just a little more. Mm-hmm. They Galadriel deduced that the symbol isn't a sigil; it's location of two mountains.
Well, it's the Southlands. That's where it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this Barad-dûr that they're looking for?
The two mountains, if I was to guess, is generally the Minas Tirith mountain facing against Mount Doom.
Yeah.
Because when it lit on fire, it was showing the barrier you see of the
land barrier.
Yeah, the land barrier of the Mordor mountains, and then you get the two peaks. I don't know if Minas Tirith is even built at this point because I don't know.
Yeah,
I do not know. It's one of those time things where like I would have assumed it was made at this point, but it seems like most civilization is still making its way over to Middle Earth because like Khazad-dûm's already like completely finished, looks awesome. But like, what are the men doing at that point? Isildur hasn't even gone over.
Right,
he has his eyes set on it,
and he would be king.
Yeah. I mean,
unless an ancestor is currently king.
I mean, they had this scene with him and his friends, like all talking about moving up the ranks, but the one who's gonna be moving up the rank the most was just staring out beyond at his destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So
when we got the whole like his name translates to elf friend.
Elendil's
elf
name
friend.
is yeah. So I mean that was, I will say that was exciting for me. I liked seeing the characters I was familiar with and what could be like fun plots to follow.
Yeah.
I liked the warg. I know that's kind of jumping towards the end, but I really liked its design.
It was so gross, dude.
It looked like a baby one.
Awesome.
It was very different, super mangy.
Yeah.
Very feral.
Like
nasty, they're already feral,
unhealthy dogs.
Yeah.
With like fur falling off it.
Yeah, no, it looked horrific in the best way possible.
The fact that its eyes were bulging out like that, really nasty.
When Caleb said it's the first game of tug of war ever, it made me think of like in The Hobbit, that line about how the one dwarf clubbed an orc's head off and it fell in a hole, and that was golf. They said that's how the game of golf was sported. So yeah, tug of war.
Played lacrosse with an orc's head.
Elendil helped claim the game of tug of war, which was fun.
The greatest summer camp competitive sport.
Yeah.
And there's no way for him to escape.
No.
Yeah. And he's alone. All of his friends are dead.
Yeah.
And all the randoms around him, most of them got killed too, just for being around.
And a very high chieftain has just been summoned, Adar.
Adar.
He looks very elf-like, but
yes,
it was
he does.
super blurred out. And
he's got Sauron's gauntlets.
You look at his face; it kind of looked elongated.
Yes. His face, I'm not gonna lie, looked kind of like fucked up too. It was kind of blurry, but it looked like it was messed up. So I feel like it might just be like some person that's posing as whatever, Mouth of Sauron.
Maybe something like the hand or like the tower.
It would be cool if there was like corrupt elves or corrupt men. You rarely get to see that in any of our stuff other than some of the video games. The Black Hand is Shadows of Mordor.
That's who I would compare his face to. He looked kind of like Black Hand.
Like that, you get people like the Tower and the Hammer, which are like corrupt humans leading orcs. Which is, we just haven't gotten to see that really, other than the Mouth of Sauron in Return of the King.
He gets,
and that's
one of my favorite
It's
scenes.
a very quick scene, and got deleted out of the main theatrical cut.
Which is lame.
Yeah,
it was very lame.
Such a hype scene.
You know, it was also a little lame.
What?
The horse riding.
Every slow motion sequence in this episode.
Yeah.
Horse riding.
You know, like usually when they do that, it's like something dramatic is gonna happen.
Why'd the horse look
They-
so fucked up?
Will's right. They started it premature before the fight, the rebellion even began at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Because it was like the orcs walking out and it was already slow-mo, so it kind of gave away the name of the game.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, okay, we're at rebellion. Like, when did we decide we're going to do
Well,
this?
and then
Well, I thought it started with the orcs all moving normal speed, then it cut to the elves.
But Will's right. Like, sometimes there's like a fun build-up in film where you get a character like looking and they're like blink the eye like
Yeah,
it's
give
time.
the
So like
sign.
like it include us in the bit before it fails horribly.
Yeah.
I will say I like the slow-mo of him overhand cutting down the
wood
logs
Yeah,
on the orcs.
Yeah, that was
but-
cool.
Not-
And the whole chain.
And the flip.
Yeah, the chain stuff was
I
cool.
thought the flip looked a little goofy, but the rest of
It
it
was like
I'll
a
take.
Japanese film. Like
Well, it was just
like
but that's what,
WWE.
Like a
but that's
John
what I'm saying
Woo
with
movie.
the slow mo of it. I'm like, why did that have to be slow mo?
Yeah.
Why? Did,
You're right.
it just like adding the slow mo effect to some of the stuff was just like, there's no need. Like, we don't need to see Galadriel. Like, why is Galadriel happy right now? Why? Why is she happy?
She's a
riding
horse
a
girl.
horse?
Get off of her back.
Why is she
bro.
happy? She thinks that the world is about to end because Sauron's coming back and she wants to get her get back. And she's like, yeah.
I'm having fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool. And then, what's his name? Elendil?
Elendil's like, bro, the
Elendil.
fuck you doing? You're like 20 feet
Elendil.
behind me.
No, I'm sorry. The elf that's captured. Erendir? Whatever.
Erendir.
God, these names are so fucking annoying.
They're all so close together, too. Erendir, he
I hate Lord of the Rings
like
names, dude.
if he just did a normal like flip and kick, I would have been happy with it. But the fact that it was like all they need to do is add the sound effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would have been like, all right, man, cool.
There's also 2 King Danes in the show.
There is.
There's 2 King Danes.
They just don't need that many syllables and weird and vowels in one name.
Elendil.
I'm curious. Is there like an actor or like a character so far that you've attached to that you enjoy most everything they've done? Because I'll say for me, I like Nori Brandyfoot. I feel like she's been pretty good in all her scenes, even though some of it's like your typical like corny, happy
Stupid
moment.
kid moment.
Like I know you tend to not like kids in
Yeah.
shows, but I think for an adult playing
I
a kid,
hate kids.
I'll say for an adult playing a kid, she's not bad for me. I enjoy watching her.
Just a character we're attached to so far, you're saying?
Yeah, like for me it's Nori, and then I like Erendir for my fun scenes.
I like Elrond.
Yeah.
Elrond, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah, it sucks because Elrond's been in like 3 scenes, but I feel like
Yeah.
he's the one that I've like enjoyed the most.
Yeah, Elrond.
And it's literally been like 20 minutes, but Elendil
Yeah.
is cool too. I like him a lot.
Yes, Elendil. And yeah, I'm with you. I was really invested. Well, this isn't what you thought. I was really invested in Galadriel, but this episode, I think, squashed it. No, it's okay. Yeah, it squashed it.
Immediately.
I'm so sorry if my annoyance with the Galadriel has unplugged the spark in your
No,
life.
no. This episode.
The
totally.
horse scene unplugged it for sure.
It's just that
I don't
alone.
know. I think I was just very confused when everybody was like very like, oh, it's okay, the enemy's gone now. But it's like we just got a story about how they're still very alive. We've just kind of left them be.
Yeah.
But we're all okay with this.
No, this is fine because we don't see them yet, so it's fine.
But if I close
there's no
my
clear,
eyes,
there's
then
no
we are
clear and
safe.
present danger, so we're cool.
What about you?
Not really.
No character at all?
Not really.
Wow.
I'm not really vibing with the show at the moment.
Yeah, that's okay.
But the
Bruh.
second episode's really good, but
Yeah.
everything
Not
else.
even good in?
I mean, he was in one episode, and
Well, that's
I mean he's cool, but like, I don't. He just had the classic dwarvish like sarcasm, and it's like, oh, this is Lord of the Rings still, yeah, for sure, cool. He's gone now. Probably never see him again.
I'll pick one for Caleb. Celebrimbor, his favorite character.
He was in one scene as well.
Palantir.
I like
Well,
the acting for the Palantir.
The thumbnail for the next episode had dude in on it.
Okay, good. Then I'll care about this next episode.
And you, William.
Oh, I already said.
Which ones were they?
I said Elrond and
Elendil.
Yeah.
Awkward. Edit that out.
My bad.
Edit back in.
Yeah.
What?
That he asked you again.
Oh.
Okay. I gotcha.
Okay. Is there anything else y'all have to say on episode 3?
Good bit. Good bit.
Glad we got worked.
Yeah, glad we got Orcs.
And
I want to see Adar.
I want to
First
see
thing.
Adar so fucking bad.
The intro for the next episode, I'd prefer.
Yeah. Base.
I don't know if we never really did talk about it in the post-talk of the last episode. What do you guys think of the theme song and the intro?
I think it's cool. Nothing too special though. I'd say I like the music more than I like the intro.
I like the visuals. The visuals are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty forgettable for me.
I like the music.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
something.
I love the music that was playing when we first see the Harfoots walking.
Yeah, that's fun.
That really eerie music
with the dark.
But their whole like outfit too, like they're like I don't know if it's like for tradition of the event that they did, where they read off the names of the lost people. That was cool.
Off the trail, something.
But I did like the ceremony that they had for everybody that they've lost.
Yeah,
that was actually very cool.
I'm excited to see the stranger more.
Yeah,
but
now that everybody's seen him.
No.
That music and dancing reminded me of Midsummer, and it was really freaking me out.
Guys, if you made it to this point, make sure you leave a like. We're going to get out of here because the camera's about to die. Hope you guys have a great day. Let us know what your thoughts were on episode 3, and we will see you when we return in episode 4. Punch it!